Imagine playing CTS on a normal day. You choose one of your loadouts and try to flank as fast as you can. In front of you, in the distance, there is a tank. You try to shoot him, but nothing happens. Not even your secondary mark the hits. Then you try to shoot again, but nothing. And finally, he shot you, and you die. What just happened? That, my friend, is the Immortality book.
I joined the game. I wanted to buy the SEO Battle Pass for my next video. I started to think, what turret or gun should I use with this hull? Talking a bit in CTSR Discord server, Timmy told me to join him. Looks like he wanted to test some bugs or something. So we went to a new custom server. We were there, just testing and talking bullshit. Until Timmy told me about a book that made you immortal. I already know about that book, but I had no idea of how to get it, or even if there was a way to get it. Also, he said that the Immortality book was somehow related to the merge tanks. If you're wondering what is a merge tank, well, I'm pretty sure that some of you came across with this. And then he mentioned the gray screen. The gray screen. It's literally what its name says, and it's the transition screen before spawning. But in this case, the transition screen doesn't disappear and it gets stuck, forcing you to leave and rejoin in the game. Anyways, Timmy and I talked few minutes about this. We didn't have any hint of how to replicate the book or the gray screen. But I remember something that could help us very soon. 2 months ago, while I was playing in a custom server, I got the Merge Tanks book, and more important, I had the recording about it. And it's the one you're seeing right now. At that moment, I just wanted to make a video about the Mark II land ship, so I was recording random moments. But that video never came out, so it's almost like a miracle that I have the recording. So this recording was what really started our research. First, I tracked everything I did on that recording. After a brief look at the footage, these are the possible tips I found. 1. Using the Mark II land ship that was discarded pretty soon because there is image of people that didn't use the land ship to get it. 2. Droning. 3. Falling in the void. 4. Wait at least 1 minute before spawning. If that worked, one of us should get the gray screen. or the no HUD that works the same. Then leave the game, join again, change the previously used setup and then go back to the same server. And the merge tank will be there. So we started testing. I got my Mark II and the plan was that Timmy should sing me. That didn't go well.
Creeper. Oh man.
What? Also, Timmy got this wildfire spin.
Goal.
So after seeing Timmy die like 20 times for 40 minutes, we tried to use another setup. So I rushed to the void with my Toyota. After dying, I wait for 1 minute and nothing happened. So I tried again, but this time it worked. (12:19 p.m.), the first replication of the EM bug is made. I'm not gonna lie, even though it was kinda easy and partially luck, I still felt like fucking Sherlock Holmes, bro. And the fact that I was listening to this random YouTube playlist didn't help. At this point the merge tank is a rare immortal, but you can feel the difference here because the spawn protection gets in the way. But this is just the merge tanks bug. So this is not the immortality bug I'm talking about in this video. This is. So you can see that when you try to shoot an immortal player, the X-ray screen is just empty, and your shots just pass through them. That was great. The bad is that the other came and we tried to show him the bug, but it didn't work. And after going through shameful tries, the devs somehow got it. At this point, Timmy and I started to freak out because what if it was more than just one bug causing the grayscreen, or maybe it was just probabilities. But I noticed something. While I kept trying to die in the void to get the grayscreen, Hannah got it, not only one time but 2 times. And always happened after me or Timmy died in the void. Also, she said that she never died in the void, she was just respawning again and again. So I took this as a new hint. One player have to die in the void, while the first one is stuck there, the second one has to spawn. Also, after checking the launching Mark II footage again, I found out that this maybe could be true. I tried this new hint by myself with a secondary account, and as you can see, at the start I thought that the player that would get the grayscreen had to die first, but it wasn't really necessary. The only thing he had to do was spawn. This means that if a new player joins the server and tries to spawn while someone dies in the void in the right moment, he will get the grayscreen. So the really important thing is that it wasn't probabilities. This method worked 100% of the times. Later I showed my method to Timmy, but he kept using his own method. His method is called the C-frame method that I don't even know what C-frame means, neither he do, but this method was based in probabilities, so it wasn't really efficient. The thing is that Timmy called a player to see the EM book. As you can see, Timmy is immortal. Yes, we discovered that the new joined players can kill the immortal players. The EM bug only affects the players previously joined, so every player that joins after the replication of the bug will overpass it and ignore the immortality. Fuck! One of the last things we discovered was that you could stack tanks. Even if you are already immortal, you can still get the grayscreen again. So we stacked almost 10 tanks, maybe a bit more, but I stopped the recording because my disk was kinda full. But I guess nothing really stopped you from stacking every tank in the game. By the way, do you remember the no-hood thingy? Basically, you have to die in the void while using the cinematic mode and the rest is the same. If you try to spawn, you won't get the grey screen, but instead your HUD will disappear and it gets stuck there. It's not a grey screen, but it works as a grey screen. Almost 2 weeks after the recreation, Hannah told us to send her a new clip because the bug was supposed to be fixed, but it wasn't. I sent her a clip and we kept testing random things and I got these goofy clips. What? We tested so much random things that I already forgot most of them, but for example, we test what could happen if one guy get into the void and then two players try to spawn, and vice versa. Basically nothing, only one guy get the creation. Also, one of our biggest thoughts were, what could happen if a merge tank fell in the void? Trying to do this is kinda impossible since merge tanks can't even move, but somehow we got it, and nothing happened. And finally, 3 days later, she sent a new message. It seems like this time it was real. So later I went to the game to test by myself, and indeed, it was real. The void works different now, as you can see your tank don't disappear and it just gets stuck and die. So I guess we can say that the void was the cause of the immortality and the merge tanks bugs. The immortality bug was fixed. So how the players in normal matches get this bug by accident if they didn't know the steps to get it? Well, the chances are kinda low. As you see, it's not a common bug, there is no many image of people getting this thing. So what I can think is that most likely people got flinked, maybe via tank crashing or by the rotation flink bug that was already fixed before all the testing we did, but also players actually die and respawn very often in other matches, so it's not that strange to think that a number of coincidences align for some people. All it takes is a guy to die in the void and another one to spawn at the right time, leave the game and rejoin to the same server. Also remember that usually there are servers with so many hours of being active, so the chances to join again to the same one are high. In summary, the chances of getting this bug before with no hints at all was extremely low, but never zero. This is the end of these books that no one knew how to get it, as far I know. Thanks to Timmy and De, also known as Zero, because they literally did half of the work, maybe even more. And maybe thanks to Undoing too. God bless the CEO.
That tastes like promotion!